Tatah padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuya tameva chadyam purusham prapadye yatah pravrittih prasrita purani. Hello friends, this is the fourth shlok of the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and today we will understand this shlok in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the shlok says, Tatah padam tat parimargitavyam, which means then one should observe that place. Yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuyah, which means going to which one does not return again. Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye, which means and surely one attains that supreme being. Yatah pravrittih prasrita purani, which means from which eternal movement sprouted. So in the previous shlok, we understood that the roots of the people tree have to be cut by the weapon of detachment. Now here Sri Krishna further add that after cutting the root, one must observe that place from which the roots and the tree sprouted out, and by that inspection one goes to the place from where one does not return. So we understood in the previous shlok that just as branches and roots of the tree sprout out of a seed, similarly we have attained our form in this life based on the based on the based on the our thinking, our feeling, our emotions, and our attachment to those thoughts. So Shri Krishna is saying over here that with the weapon of detachment, we have to cut the roots of attachment to these thoughts and then inspect the seed of thought to understand how this attachment grew. So there are so many thoughts that arise in our mind in a day, and we basically just mechanically keep receiving them, never really paying attention to why and how these thoughts are arising in us. So most people generally just think that these thoughts are being produced by my mind, and I am basically producing these thoughts. But this is actually an incorrect understanding of the self. All our thoughts that we are receiving are actually coming from the divine, and they are coming from the divine based on our karma. So you have to understand this very carefully. Yet most people are not able to comprehend this, and they falsely think that they are their thoughts. That's why there is this saying that I think therefore I am. So this is opposite way of looking at things. This is not how the Sanatan Sanskriti thinks. So let's understand this very carefully. So we have already understood that karma is not how we act on the external world. Karma actually is what kind of feelings we harbor in our mind. So the type of feelings we harbor in our mind is the mode in which we worship the divine. Shri Krishna has already said that whatever leaves, flowers, fruits, or water you offer to me, I accept them. So from this we can understand that it is not what you physically offer that matters to the Lord. What matters to Him is your mental offering, with what mentality you are offering. And all the actions that we are doing in this world, they are all offering to Shri Krishna, but not in the sense of that action itself, but the feeling behind that action, with what feeling we are doing that. So if you harbor the feeling of greed and then act in your life, then even then you are doing something which superficially looks good, but in reality you are offering greed to the Lord. And if we offer a feeling of love and we do all our actions with that feeling of love, then even when we might be doing something which superficially might appear to be bad, but still the offering that we have made to the Lord is the offering of love. So this is what we have to understand. It's the feeling that we are offering which is the real offering. However way we may worship, when we offer certain feeling, that is what He accepts. And He has already said that in the manner you will worship me, I will worship you back in the same way. So if we offer greed to Him, then He will send us back the thoughts which are associated with greed. If we, on the other hand, worship Him with love, then the thoughts of love is what He will send back to us. So we basically believe that we are thinking those thoughts, but in reality, we are just harboring a feeling, and the thoughts are automatically coming to us from the Lord, and it is with these thoughts that we then become bound. So it's basically the feeling that we harbored which becomes the source of our bondage. So to get out of bondage, we have to stop this flow of thoughts, and that can be done only when we can detach ourselves from the feelings that we harbor. So that is what this all inspection that Sri Krishna is saying over here, that you have to cut these roots, you have to cut these roots and then inspect it. So you have to inspect what kind of feelings you are harboring. Our feelings basically are based on our personality, and this personality basically has been formed by our repeated uh, attachment or repeated actions basically. So the the sacrifice that we have to do actually is actually the mental sacrifice. So it is basically that mental sacrifice which we have to cultivate to really become free from this bondage. And our mental sacrifice basically means that we have to sacrifice our personality itself. So sacrificing our personality is the highest sacrifice that we can offer to the Lord. Uh, this is something that we have to understand, because this is something that we don't understand. So if you are an ambitious person, say for example, then sacrificing your ambition for the Lord is the highest sacrifice. If you are a man and you are proud of your manhood, then sacrificing your masculinity is the biggest sacrifice for the Lord. So what Sri Krishna is saying over here is that one has to inspect his mental tendencies and then become detached from those mental tendencies. You have to understand from where these mental tendencies are coming and how they are keeping us bound, and then you have to become detached from that. Then only you can basically be able to go beyond the modes of nature and attain the supreme abode of Lord, reaching which you will then not return. So it's a very subtle message, but it's a very important message, and most people do not really understand it, and it's this confusion which leads to this problem. And it is something that you cannot really explain like that. You have to use form of a, some form of a symbol, and that's why the symbol being used over here is that of a peepal tree with roots. These roots have to be cut, and then it has to be inspected as to why these roots are growing, from where they are growing, what is the seed from which it grew. And basically that seed is our personality. That personality is what is manifesting our body, and then we are too attached to our personality and we are not able to let go of it. So if you can understand that and cut it off, then only you will be able to go beyond the modes of nature and attain the supreme abode of Lord. So that was the message of Sri Krishna over here. I hope that I have explained this shlok well to you. With that, I'll close this video. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.